Good morning. Uh, Earlier, in order to avoid payment of court fees, normally we are facilitated to file suit, which is called as pauper suit. And the necessary conditions, the limit of income to claim pauper, all are odd. It has to be revisited and time to time. Now, thereafter, 2087, Legal Services Authority Act has been implemented. There are provisions under Section 28 along with the National Legal Services Authority Free and Competent Legal Services Regulations for exemption from payment of court fees. That apart, Tamil Nadu Court Fee Suit Valuation Act also contains certain provisions and also notifications to claim exemption from paying court fees in other litigations. Now the question arises, here this case which I am going to share today with you deals about the procedure how to claim exemption of court fees in civil suit. I will read relevant portion, but the ratio of this case is Syed Muhammad Hussain vs. District Legal Services Authority Act, AR 2023, Telangana 3, Syed Muhammad Hussain vs. District. It finally deals with the rejection of exemption which was already granted. So the referred case before the High Court of Telangana was whether already granted exemption of court fee can be revoked or cancelled. That is the issue, but if you go through the entirety of judgment, you can understand the procedures. So even if some cases are not favorable to us, we can still understand the procedures followed in that case. Here you see, petitioner seems to have filed a suit 72, 73, 74, 75, 76 of 2009 before 7th Additional District Session Judge cum Judge Family Court, Medakatte Sangareddy. Then what had happened? Plaintiffs were represented with general power of attorney holder. So he applied District Legal Services Authority to exempt them from paying court fee. The authority issued certificate of exemption on 24/9/2009. Thereafter, one of the plaintiff died, so legal error were implemented as plaintiff's legal error, but the court directed them to implead as 16th instead of 16th plaintiff as defendants. So all they have filed written statement, and defendant also filed Order 7 Rule 11 to reject the plaintiff. That was dismissed, and they only asked the defendant to go before the executive chairman or the chairman of the legal services institution if they are agreed by the issuance of certificate. Then they preferred appeal to the chairman district legal service authority. By common order, the defendant's orders were allowed. Court fee exemption certificate issued on 24/9/2009 was cancelled. Therefore, against that they preferred case before the Honorable High Court, writ petition, by way of writ petition. They have discussed various provisions of the regulations as well as the Act, and finally held that since the authority on earlier occasion, without properly applying the mind, granted exemption certificate mechanically, and therefore set aside. That is not important here. The important communication of the judgment is how to apply for exemption certificate, a new source where you can get our with the payment of court fee, etc., etc. But see, earlier 7% was the court fee, and Tamil Nadu has reduced it to 3% per value, ad valorem. So these things you can go through the judgment. Several Andhra Pradesh judgment were discussed, including MC Mehta versus Union of India, wherein something has been discussed about violation of principle of natural justice. And other several cases of Supreme Court also discussed. Kindly go through all those things so far for cancellation of this thing. Here in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, there are different rules for legal service authority. See, this executive chairman or chairman, normally a district judge, the head of that particular district. So for state is concerned, any retired judge or sometimes the third judge or second judge will be the executive chairman for legal service authority. So I hope you understand the sources which you can get exemption from court fees. Number one, pauper suit. Collector would pay the court fee. Even for appeal also you can claim continuation of payment of exemption for court fee. Then question arises legal services authority and also relevant portions of Tamil Nadu Court Fees and Suit Valuation Act. These things you should understand the judgment, which will be helpful if your client is practically not able to pay court fees. So all right, then question arises today's holiday. Why they have declared holiday without informing the public why they have? Today is neither a festival day nor whatever it may be, the tag end of the week, because today only Wednesday. And I am told that they have the persons who left for their native to celebrate Pongal wanted to reach Chennai. After enjoying their fourth day celebration of Kanum Pongal, probably it is difficult for them to reach the book. Whatever it may be, you would have enlightened the public. Transparency in administration, whatever it may be. High Court has already granted leave. Courts are declared holiday, including Metropolitan Court and other courts. See, other aspect I would like to discuss is sometimes the police personnel are acting too much smart, going to the old practice, forgetting about the human rights violations. In this MKB Nagar incident, wherein Inspector Ambedkar was suspended, therein they claim that they have constituted a special team. That special team is working at Reddy's police station. They took two old ladies in search of their sons, beaten them severely. They took them on Saturday, that means 13th January, Friday night, left them only on Saturday, and after snatching their gold jewels, cash to the tune of 10,000, beaten severely. She has been admitted in the hospital. And later, when these two sons, one of sons appeared personally, other sons through contact, they say you are not wanted, you help to secure other accused. This sort of barbarism should be checked. Otherwise, what can we do? We can't go to for all this, because they are already very poor. They are belonging to scheduled caste community. They are working as scavengers in the Corporation of Chennai. But that one lady, head constable at Red Hills police station, obtained a signature but did not return the jewels and cash. Probably I do not know what happened to that. I send it a message to Commissioner of Police on behalf of a lady, because their cell phones were also snatched. Then later the Commissioner of Police has given me information that your case has been, your complaint has been registered. But surprisingly, one person from Sembium called me, sir, I am police contacting you. Did you lodge any complaint? I said that complaint is nothing to do with you. That complaint related to reduce. Okay, I will inform. This is the way Commissioner of Police is also working. All eyewash procedures. Something should be done. Do not incite the public to raise against the authorities. They should understand that the system of police is must for their, not for behaving like elements, barbarians. Best wishes.